At the outset, I'd like to congratulate our first full-time woman finance minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, for having presented her maiden budget. And I'm doubly happy to congratulate her as a Thamizhachi, as Tamil woman, since she is the daughter of her soil. Sir, I envisage the Honorable President's address, Honorable Prime Minister's speech, the Finance Minister's budget and the Finance Bill a square of mirage. A mirage which has given the citizens of the people lots of promises and rosy pictures that all will be well, with a vision and mission of 5 trillion economy by 2024-25. During his last stint, our Honorable Prime Minister has given a lot of promises that black money would be brought back and generated, and 10 crore jobs would be generated and given, but alas, nothing concrete was done. With the unemployment rate of 6.1, trumpeting of a 5 trillion economy by 2024 is a big farce. India's major strength lies in its conventional labor-driven industries, and its development depends majorly on the skilled young manpower. But misadventures like demonetization, badly handled GST, devaluation of rupees have created tremendous unemployment. The budget is actually a fudget. I would term it as a fudget. I tell you why. Table 2.5 of Statistical Appendix in the volume 2 of the Economic Survey reveals that actual net tax revenues in 2018-19 are provisionally estimated at rupees 13.16 lakh crores, but it is shown an increase of rupees 14.84 lakh crores in the budget. That's why I term it as a budget, and I term it as a much ado about nothing budget. So coming to the discussion on the finance bill, I'm reminded again here of the Dadabhai Nauroji. He has given a very famous speech titled as India Must Be Bled, B-L-E-D, a title which he borrowed from Lord Salisbury. I quote, as India must be bled. These words were delivered by a Secretary of State for India, Lord Salisbury himself. Let's clearly understand what is meant by bleeding a nation. It is perfectly true that when there is a government, people must pay taxes. But there is a great difference between taxing people and bleeding people, unquote. So through you, I'd like to ask the government, you waive tax for corporates, you disinvest public sectors, you neither rebate tax for middle class nor for common people, nor waive farmer loans, but increase the tax, thereby escalating petrol and diesel prices. Doesn't it make India bleed all the more? If you still believe in what Gandhiji told, that the crux of the nation lies in the welfare of the farmers, just giving them rupees 6,000, a pittance amount, leave alone leaving them in the lurch of the debts and all those things, it is just a pittance amount. Sir, with greatest grouse, I record here that the Tamil Nadu people still, they have this grouse that our Honorable Prime Minister had not visited the Gaja cyclone hit areas, turning a cold shoulder to it. Exactly. So, the gold price, increase in it. Is it not making the country bleed? If you believe in what you profess, your finance minister has told that there will be a shift from women-centric to women-led India. If that is true, then the import duty on gold is hiked from 10% to 12.5%, which would directly hit the middle-class Indian women. Because even now, the savings of the Indian household is in gold, and for an underprivileged section of women, for a woman, working-class woman, even making a Mangal Sutra in gold has become a far-fetched dream now. Doesn't it make India bleed all the more? So the finance bill, which, if I may use the term, is the poor cousin of the budget, since it parrots the policies of the government, a pro-corporate and an anti-Commonwealth government with a thrust on disinvestment, which makes India bleed all the more. So they say the destiny of the nation lies in the way it treats its children, women, underprivileged section, and physically challenged people, writers, artists, and above all the minorities. But lynching and poaching Doesn't it make India bleed all the more? And as a vernacular poet, I can see and sense disappointment and despair. Plurality, regionality, diversity, pluralism, secularism, everything have been tamed into one sloganeering of one nation, one election, one ration card, and now one grid. Yes. So, with anguish and pain, I want to draw the attention of the Honourable Minister through you, the allocation of rupees 50 crores to appoint Hindi teachers to the non-Hindi speaking states, which is a clear design to promote the three-language formula, a pet theme of this government. I have a few queries to be asked through you, sir. My South Chennai constituency comprises a lot of fishermen populace. Till today, agriculture, fishery and farming are not treated as industries in the real sense of the term, besides the fact that they are destined to bear the brutal brunt of natural calamities like cyclone, tsunami and depletion of resources. The Honourable Finance Minister has announced Matsya Sampada Yojana as part of Blue Revolution, with an aim to bring all fishermen under the umbrella of all farmer welfare programs and assures to promote aquaculture through an easy access to credit. I quote from Money Control News, a special fisheries of and aquaculture infrastructure development fund of rupees 7,522 has been allotted last year, but this fund will be used to attract private investment in creation and management of fisheries infrastructure facilities, unquote. Sir, how would you expect an ordinary fisherman, son of the sea, who sets out to the sea every day and makes his living in that with nil investment?
Please conclude.
Sir, I have time.
No. Your allotted time is
5 more minutes. Please, sir, I have time. Chennai's largest IT hub is in my constituency. In the era of technological advancement, the paradigm shift is now on the artificial intelligence. I would like to ask, what are the steps taken to sensitize this industry towards the opportunities that will open up due to 5G spectrum? Yes. Sir, Tinagar and Mylapore, two important cluster areas which comes in my parliamentary constituency or areas of MSME. The Finance Minister has just reiterated the sanctioning of loans up to 1 crore in 59 minutes for GST approved SME units. Sir, I appreciate it, but the bankers are wary of dispersing the loans accordingly. Could the government furnish any data of number of loans actually distributed through this scheme? Sir, there are major amendments in income tax, other direct taxes domain, indirect taxes, GST, etc. Individuals spending more than 2 lakh on foreign travel. The insertion of the provisos in section 139 makes them these following: the individual spending more than rupees 2 lakhs on foreign travel a year, individual spending more than rupees 1 lakh on electricity in a year to 5 ITR. How is it possible, sir? Because this is a country wherein the joint family system is still prevalent. How would they, with a large, many number of members, limit their electricity expenses within 1 lakh a year?